Well, I'm sorry to say that we weren't really surprised about today's decision. I was even hinting at it yesterday. When I met the former president, I said, don't build up your hopes, and he was stoical. And the reason why I said that was because, the court is at the present moment in time in existential crisis, what with the threat of sanctions from the United States. It's got a chief prosecutor who's currently embattled and embroiled in allegations of sexual misconduct. He's trying to fight his way back to this court, and half his own office don't want him back here. And what would the practical effect of this decision today have been if it had gone our way? Essentially, it would have voided the court's docket. There would have been nothing left for this court to do, apart from the case of some insignificant human trafficker from Libya. The former president of the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte, is the big catch of this court, and it was never really my impression that they would let him go that easily. Of course, we also have the confirmation decision coming up in the next few days. Once again, I'm looking forward to the future. We hope that all the weaknesses that we identified at confirmation will be the very same weaknesses that lead ultimately to the former president's acquittal, and that he will return home soon to the Philippines, where he is so loved by all of you.
Yes. Attorney Nick, so is the former president already made aware of the decision of the appeals chamber?
I'm about to go and tell him now.
Okay.
Yeah, and I will see him tomorrow with the decision. Although I'm not so sure that he will take too much interest in it. It's hard for him to concentrate these days. Don't forget, he's an elderly gentleman. He's 81 years old. He celebrated his birthday so fantastically with such a show of love and flowers.
Do you think the confirmation of charges will happen before Tuesday?
Well, it could very well. Yes, it could very well happen in the very, very near future, even tomorrow, now that jurisdiction has been settled. And I say jurisdiction has been settled because that's the end of the road as far as the appeal is concerned.
Attorney Kaufman, did you expect that the appeals chamber would junk all four grounds that you have laid out?
They didn't junk all four grounds. There was a judge who sided with us, so it was predictable what was going to happen.
But he was outvoted.
Well, yes, I bet that's the way the thing goes, isn't it? 4-1. All right, and they didn't junk all grounds. They chose not to deal with one of the grounds of appeal, which was actually the strongest ground of appeal, and then the most bizarre aspect of the pre-trial chamber's decision, in our opinion. So another thing is a junk. It's like a kind of slang that I'm not accustomed to use. The defence makes arguments on appeal, and the court chooses to disregard them or to reject them.
And
okay,
how does this kind
junk
of
stuff.
And how does this kind of decision affect your optimism with regard to the decision for the confirmation of charges?
Well, I think if there's one thing you know about Attorney Nick Kaufman, is that I'm a very optimistic guy. And as I said, we made many persuasive arguments at confirmation. I believe that at the end of the day, the arguments that we made at confirmation, the evidentiary weaknesses that we identified will be those very weaknesses that lead to his ultimate acquittal.
Given that you're Nicholas Kaufman, I do know that you already have a plan B, if not a plan C in place.
I have a plan X.
There are several details of those plan Bs and Cs.
To fight hardest we can for the former president of the Philippines, who we all respect.
Attorney Nick,
the most popular president ever in the history of the Philippines.
Attorney Nick, on a different matter, there's an NGO who actually brought the situation of the former president before the United Nations Human Rights Council. Will that have a bit of an effect, if not direct or indirect effect, to the case of the former president?
I'm not so sure that the court here in The Hague really takes too much notice of what's going on in The Hague, as much as any petition which is brought to support the former president is welcome.
About the flowers, the birthday. Filipinos sent a lot of flowers, and with that is this included with the small towns.
We will ensure that the family gets every message of support, and we've been religious in that matter.
I have it in my
Please do deliver it to us, and I can show you, and I can tell you that the family is logging every letter of support, every gift that is given is logged, and we will personally reply in due course to it. By all means, please do, and we will ensure that it gets to the right destination. Thank you ever so much for your support. On behalf of the family, on behalf of the former president, I'm truly touched by this.
Attorney Kaufman, have you already finalized your negotiations with the Duterte family? If you will still be on board?
At the present moment in time, I will continue to represent the former president with pleasure and it's a privilege for me. And it's a privilege for all of us.
Thank you, Attorney Nick.
Thank you,
Mabuhay ka,
Have a
Attorney.
good day.
You too.
Good day. Zelf, the attorney, eh? Goed gedaan, hoor.
Thank you, Attorney.